dear viewers, and welcome to this tutorial about credit notes. A credit note is a document issued by a vendor to a customer to notify them that they have been credited with a certain amount, for example, if they return a product. As you see, it is the reverse entry of a customer invoice. When we issue a credit note, we decrease the revenue. It has to be booked then on the debit side of the income account. We also decrease the amount of debts the customer owes us, so we credit the receivable account. Well, it looks like it is not a coincidence if the document issued is called a credit note in that case. One of our best clients got a massive crush on our amazing hybrid car and voted a few days ago. In the meantime, they realized that this fantastic car is too big for the garage, so they would like to cancel their purchase. No problem, it is super easy. Whether do, we can do it right away. Okay, let's go in the database to see how to create a credit note together. First, you need to go to the accounting application, of course. And the first thing you need to consider is if you want a different sequence for your credit notes or not. To do that, you need to go in the sales journals configuration, and you see here you have a feature to indicate if you want a dedicated credit note sequence. If you tick this, indeed you will have, once you create a credit note, a different short code for your credit notes than for your invoice. Let's see when we do a refund on how it works. So I'm gonna go in my invoices and I'm going to refund a whole customer invoice. To do that, super easy. You just need to click on the credit note button and a pop-up window appears. And as you can see, you have the different choices there. You can decide to add a reason and change the reversal date if you want. In the journal field, you have customer invoices that was automatically selected. If we open this internal link, you can see here the accounting information, which includes the default income account and the dedicated credit note sequence with its short code, which I talked about earlier. Going back, once you're done modifying, you have the option to either just reverse it or reverse and create invoice. For now, we will select and click reverse. As you can see, it creates a credit note with a dedicated sequence. We click confirm and then credit note will be auto-validated and reconciled with the original invoice. That's why the credit note appears as paid. And when we scroll over here, as you can see, the amount of course is down to zero. As we said before, the journal items from a credit note is the complete reverse of an invoice. So we have the receivable amount on the credit side and the income account on the debit side. So completely the contrary of our original invoice. If we go back to our invoice in the first place, you see it is indicated as reversed and the amount viewed is also down to zero since they are reconciled with each other of course. If we check out the payment information, you can see the reconciled journal entry is not payment but the original invoice indeed. And that's a full refund. Let's see what it does when we do a partial refund instead. So we're gonna go in our invoices again and check out the second invoice that we have here. So same thing, I'm gonna click credit note and select again the reverse option. Doing so, the credit note is created in draft and not posted. And now we can edit it before issuing it. So I'm gonna reverse again. So here you see I have a draft credit note and I'm going to take out the hybrid car because I only want to credit the dashcam here. I'm going to click confirm so it will be posted and will have its own sequence, and you can see here that I have outstanding debits for this customer because of the original invoice is still unpaid, and I can decide to allocate them to mark this credit notice paid. So at the bottom of the page, you have the outstanding debits and you have our invoice here. I'm going to add it. It's going to automatically reconcile it with the credit note that now appears as paid. But if we go back to the original invoice, it is not indicated as reverse. but only partially paid because we still have a part of the invoice to pay. That's it for me in this video. Thank you all for watching.